Hello and welcome to the Greater Springfield Business Connect podcast, or as we're calling it, the GSBC. This podcast is proudly brought to you by the Greater Springfield Chamber of Commerce and powered by Purple Bunny Marketing. I'm your host, Matt Taylor Farrington, and I'm from Purple Bunny Marketing. And today we are chatting with Marie and Wei. Did I get it right?
Yes, Wei.
Okay, good. And they're from the Creative Hearts Co. And we're going to talk about an exciting opportunity that you're bringing to Springfield for the community, yeah?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So as the founders of Creative Hearts Co., what inspired you to create the pop-up art gallery and the Creative Hub? And what do you hope the community will take away from this initiative?
So I guess Marie and I, and also the third co-founder, who's Sean Ferguson, Marie's husband, we are locals who live, work and raise our kids in this community.
Yes.
So we felt like it's so exciting. There's so much happening here, but what's really missing is a space where all the creatives can get together and celebrate art and culture and dance and whatever it is that lights us up. So we thought, if no one else is doing it, we'll try to give it a go.
And we hope that, the community will come behind us and really celebrate the amazing talent that we've got on display and this beautiful creativity hub where, so many opportunities can grow for this community that combine those arts.
Yeah, wonderful. I think it's a great initiative for the community and for people. I mean, we're creative types ourselves. So, and I think it's great to have a space. I mean, everyone else seems to have theirs, so why not us? So, all right. So you mentioned, obviously, creativity is the lifeblood of innovation in every industry. So can you share an example of how creative thinking has transformed your work as a marketing photographer, in particular for you, Wei, and helped local business thrive?
Yeah, so I guess like everyone who is in business is in the business of solving a problem, whether it's, how to do things quicker, faster, for me, more creatively. As a marketing business photographer, it's really important to make sure that my clients stand out by being themselves. And so I work really hard to make sure that when I work with a client, I really focus on their uniqueness, their values, I guess. So I photograph more on values than I do on what they do, because at the end of the day, if someone's looking at your website, they already need what you sell. So you're not selling the service as such. You're selling who you are, and then they can make a decision if they want to invest their time and money with you or someone else. So that's really important to me.
I couldn't agree more. I think, especially if someone's already landed on your website, you've already sold your service. It's about selling you as a person and building connections.
Absolutely.
So definitely. All right. So the gallery features an incredible range of local artists, from Indigenous art to vibrant animal paintings. How did you go about curating such a diverse collection? And what makes this lineup special for the Greater Springfield community?
Well, as Wei said, we've been in this community for a long time. I've been here for 18 years, so getting to know the people is really, really powerful. And my background is in education, so a lot of the time it's been connecting with, parents or teachers or students. And, we've got some really fabulous people in the community. So Kylie Hill, who's a local, has some gorgeous Indigenous artwork, along with Trevor Formile, who is also another Indigenous local, but a storyteller as well. And his books are just received some awards. My husband, Sean, he also is a really amazing creative using preserved moss frames inspired by nature. And Wei's work is designed by people with her mixed media. She uses her photography skills. She's photographed some local dancers and has created some really amazing things. And the work that's come in, we've got, pastel artists. We've got actually a youth section as well with an amazing 16-year-old who just dropped in these beautiful sculptures. Yeah. And it just blows me away in the connections and just talking to people and seeing, what lights them up and just asking them about, their creativity and their passion, whether it's from dance, media, visual art, drama, and just inviting that conversation and inviting them into the space.
And once you invite one artist, they get so excited they tell all their friends. So we've found it snowballed really quickly from a handful of artists. We weren't going to feature a handful because we didn't know what space we had. Yes. And then before we knew it, everyone was knocking on our door and they're like, we live here. Does that qualify as Greater Springfield? Can we sneak in somehow? So,
Yeah, well, I think it's an amazing thing that you're doing. So, and I have no doubt that the community will get behind it. All right, so Creative Hearts Co. places a strong emphasis on youth creativity. So, as you just mentioned, so how do the workshops like those led by Marie Ferguson encourage young people to help explore and develop their creative skills?
What a great question. Over the Christmas break, we've got amazing free activities. And I find, I've got an 8-year-old myself who likes to get creative, likes to draw. And, having this ability to just have free workshops that are supervised by also facilitators and our staff, but also offering some really beautiful workshops in January that have really specialised skills from, painting, hopefully some pottery, but also like designing and redesigning clothing, so wearable art.
Yeah, wow.
There's a whole array of workshops we've got on offer in January as well, but to really allow our young people, from our kids to our teens, and the inner child within the adult. Of course, we want to play and we want to paint and we want to create. And this is a great season to unwind.
Giving everyone the excuse, or actually the permission, to make time to get creative, because I think that's what we miss out when we're running our own businesses. We are so busy being busy, just chasing our tail, that we forget what lights us up, and we don't make time for it. So I started in art because I was feeling like I'm stuck, and then 2 years ago I made time for art, and now I've got a business in art. So it's just an opportunity.
I agree. I think there's a little bit of creativity in everybody, really.
Yes,
I think they just don't sometimes, have the time for it or allow the time for it. So definitely. All right. So a portion of the proceeds from the gallery are going to go to Westside Community Care. So can you explain a little bit more why that's important and why that was part of the aspect of it?
So we live in a community where community is such a huge factor, because if we're all there and we're helping each other out, and we're stronger as a community. And Phil Cutcliffe, he has been like the pillar of the community for so long, and Westside Community Care has done so much for everyone around. So, as a business, I think it's really important to be able to give back, and Westside Community Care is just such a great charity to support.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's great that you're doing something like that and allowing proceeds to go and help support other community adventures that are happening. All right, so the pop-up gallery runs through to mid-January, but what's next for Creative Hearts Co? And do you see it becoming more of a permanent fixture for Greater Springfield?
Well, we hope so. Our wonderful major sponsors, Springfield City Group, have really gotten behind us to support this initiative, not only just for this holiday season, but also for next year as well.
They've already
So we've got some amazing plans from, big gala days. Maybe there's a fashion parade.
Definitely a concert.
It could be a whole festival, but we're just, putting it out there. We're going to see what comes from this experience and how the community receive it. And then we've got plans to do something in March next year. So you've got to stay tuned and get connected with us to find out.
And go and check it out during the holiday season.
Yeah. We're down at Orion Shopping Centre. So Shop 90 across from the Swim Factory next to Commonwealth Bank, where they did the voting. So come on down. We'd love to see you there.
Perfect. Well, thank you both for coming in and sharing what's going on. I can't wait for it to get out there and for people to come check it out and see how it goes. So thank you. And thank you for tuning into the latest episode of the GSBC podcast. To stay up to date with everything that's happening in the Springfield community, make sure that you like and subscribe to the podcast. And we'll catch you on the next episode.